How's it going, New World? Sethphir here, and today we are back on the PTR hard at work once again, as always, and today we will be taking a look at the new level 66 Elite Zone Malevolence, which is going to be a POI located in Edengrove. So we're going to check out this awesome tower, and I must say that this is probably one of my favorite places in the game, just because of the amount of secrets and lore surrounded behind it. If you are not aware, there's a boss on the side of this tower in a slightly different area called Banes, and he's located in an area called Cnab, which is just his name spelled backwards. And when you read a lot of his items and the lore text, it has messages spelled backwards, and it talks about this Malevolence tower. It talks about Malevolence at the top being a monster in his mirror and how it reflects or does something different. And I can't quite figure out the mystery. Like, I want to figure out what it is that's going on with Malevolence here. Maybe it's something in the past, maybe it's something coming up in the future, but I want to figure out what that is. So we're going to go ahead and dive into here and start killing some of these monsters and unraveling a little bit of the mysteries of the tower, or give you a sneak peek on them at the very least. So this is going to be a new farming location that you are going to want to do, as all the enemies are level 66, and as you can see there, I got a purple. They're kind of challenging, they hit hard, but as you can see, the two of us are able to take these monsters out, although it takes some time, but granted, we are in about 500 gear score, so I think that a party of 5 to 10 would be very suitable for this location. This is going to be the additional elite zone along with the Imperial Palace, so it's going to be slightly different, as we can see some monsters spawning in locations that we normally have not seen. However, this one was not as drastically changed as the Imperial Palace was. So I think we're going to go ahead and try to start from the bottom location here in a little bit, just so we can work our way up the tower, because there are a few ways to enter this place. There's a couple on the sides, and then there's one very down low at the start, or like what I would call an entrance, I suppose. So the entrance would be located out here. This would be the entrance to the tower, and it's just a simple walk up through. There's a little bit of enemies along the way, but nothing too frightening. So when you enter the tower, you're going to walk up these stairs and enter the first section where the elite chest will be, and it's been changed up a little bit. You see this little altar thing going on. We didn't have that before. There is blight in the area now, so this is all blighted grounds, so you might want to be a little bit careful, or bring some blight potions with you, as they seem to have added this mechanic into the vicinity. So when we have this sort of chest, it's always guarded by an S-Spirit. I'm not sure what this monster is, but he tends to give like caster type moves, so he'll try to block you from it. But as time goes on, when you hit this guy, he's going to summon more and more monsters. And also, as we can see, I did pick up that elite chest. It did give me an expertise upgrade, so it's going to be a nice place to get those upgrades for you if you're not already expertise capped. As you can see, the monsters are starting to spawn very rapidly. They're going to overwhelm us very quickly, but don't worry, there is a reset point up here. If you're just by yourself, you want to get the treasure chest, and you don't want to deal with these mobs, or your group's starting to fall, you're getting overwhelmed, you can simply hop up on these rocks, and sometimes they can shoot you with some things, so you might want to like crouch or lay down or something behind the sides of the stone statue if you do need to do a full reset. But the theory behind this place would be, once you kill all those monsters there, you would then summon a boss. The one at the bottom usually was Entropy. I don't know if it's still the same, because we were struggling to get like a 10-man group out here, because it does seem to be a little bit more difficult. We'll go ahead and do that a bit later, but I wanted to keep some of the mystery there for you. But what I'm guessing is that that bottom area, that bottom section there, is going to be something that's going to spawn that boss. You're going to spawn waves, and that's going to be the theme for a lot of this area. There are 3 main spawn locations. There's one at the bottom of the tower, one in the middle of the tower, and one at the very top of the tower where Malevolence is. And basically, they just have this wave-based thing. Once you kill all the mobs in the area, then it will spawn the boss monster appropriate to whichever level of the tower that thing was on. So as we go through the tower here, we're just going to go ahead and check for a few different elite chests, because they said that they added in some more. So we're going to go ahead and scout through, but I do notice that the chest position is interesting. Like, that one's part of the circle. I almost missed it when I first came through here. I was like, Oh wait, is that the chest? It's just like part of the stone, like it's locked in. So that was kind of interesting to see. But this would be the mid-level section area. This would summon the boss. I forget his name. It's like Abiogenesis or something like that. He's a bear, anyways. He's a giant bear. But once you kill the monsters in that circle area, you would summon the giant bear. And after that, you would go ahead and move on and keep ascending the tower here. So we're gonna move off to the side, and I'm gonna show you all the known locations of the elite chests that I am aware of. There may be more, but I don't know because we scouted this whole tower for quite some time, and honestly I couldn't find anything else. So I don't know if they've yet to add in those extra chests or whatever it is that they say is there, or maybe they spawn when you defeat the waves of enemies from those locations. That could be a possibility as well. So the next chest is going to be located here in this like hole in the wall, I guess. There's a bit of blight in the area, so just be careful on your blight timer for that, but it would be back in the corner here. This is going to be an ancient elite chest. You can go ahead and grab that. You can choose to kill these monsters or not. I mean, they're kind of obnoxious, but as you can see, once again, every chest is giving me an expertise upgrade, so it's all pretty solid in terms of loot and items that you're going to be getting here. So it definitely has been upgraded. These are level 66 chests now, which means that they can have the ability to give you some of the highest in loot, gear loot in the game, and they can also spawn what I'm hoping is from these level 66 chests. There are some items, like epic items, like for luck. They have like 2.8% luck in a socket that quote unquote come from level 65 chests or something like that. I'm wondering if these now qualify for that. So I'm hoping that we'll see some of those new luck items in terms of drops, but you know, who knows? We'll see. We'll see. So this is going to be the next elite chest. You're going to get in this weird room where the lights keep going in and off. It's kind of obnoxious. Hopefully Amazon can fix that soon. But there's going to be a small opening on the side of the tower. And don't mind this bear. He just really wants to kill us. But we'll just go ahead and hop on the ledge here. And you're going to have to do a little bit of parkour. There's a little bit of annoyance with this tree. You actually have to go prone in order to climb under this tree. Maybe crouching also works, but I always just go ahead and do that. You're going to start hopping up these rocks, and you're going to be scaling the left side of the tower here. So as you go along, you'll see a path opening up. And once you do, this will be the location of an alchemy crate as well as an elite chest. So this will be the third one that you would go ahead and gather up in this location. Most people miss this, so make sure you keep an eye out for this one and know when you get to that flickering light room with the bear and the dog, that's going to be where you exit to the right in that little hole in the wall that gets you outside the tower. And then you simply just walk back, and you can go back the way you came, and no problem, you can continue on from where you were. But you know, once again, you'll have to crouch under or dive under, whatever you want to do under this little tree here in order to get back up to the original location. So continuing on, these monsters used to not be there. It used to be like 4 of these dagger guys, but now it's just a bear and a dog. So I don't know why that changed, but as you can see, more of that light flickering is like, oh gosh, get this out of here. It's crazy stuff. But we'll go ahead and ascend the tower here. And so we checked around, we checked the corridors. I know that this left area had something to do with some sort of a quest, but it was like a one-time thing. And then you kind of go on and ascend the tower from there. So we are going to be climbing up the side of the statue. And I do like the tower in this regard, that the path is not very like orthodox. It seems to be kind of like made to make you do some parkour, some like broken down runes or something, and I really like that. But over here to the left, when you get up those stairs, there's going to be a bear here. You can try to sneak and get the chest. I've seen people do it before, but you know, just having a friend or something come in here and tank it is always fine as well. But you could also just kill the bear and go ahead and take his chest. But you should receive the 4th elite chest of the dungeon. Well, I guess a dungeon, but a tower more or less. So that will be a nice one to pick up. And now you should be at the top level here. There is a bear off in the corner guarding like little tiny boxes, but it's up to you. And where my ally went on that fountain is technically a reset point. So if you want to reset any monsters here, you're running this by yourself, you can go ahead and do so. Now this next section is the top part. This is going to be where the S-Spirit is again, and the S-Spirit seems to trigger the spawning of the monsters event in this little area. So as time goes on, this will be spawned more, and there is an elite chest at the top here, so you will be able to get that one, making that the 5th elite chest for the dungeon, or tower, so to say. So once you guys finally get that, You'll be able to fight a few waves of monsters here, and there's a couple other reset points like this one on the side, so you can make sure to take advantage of that if you need to. But as you can see, these monsters are spawning quite wildly, and once you finally get all of those monsters to spawn, you will encounter Malevolence, who is like a giant Diablo-looking, well, maybe not Diablo. He kind of looks like Bane's model. He's a giant angry earth hulking monster. He's pretty cool, actually. He has a lot of good drops, including the weaponsmith's pants, which is quite expensive. So we're going to go ahead and scale down the tower here and just kind of double back and check and see if there's like anything new or anything that we missed. But we seem to have went around the entire tower and checked everything. So as far as I can see, all the monsters have been increased to 66. The chests have been increased to 66. And some of the enemies' placement is different, as well as some graphical placement of like things like blight and additional altars and like visual effects have been added to the tower. But I don't see an increase in elite chests that they mentioned within the patch notes or like the post that one of the devs was saying. And I don't really see any difference in the monsters. This could all be coming from not doing that actual event, like the portal event where you go there. As you can see at the top, that's where Malevolence would be too. But, you know, maybe that's what it is. So we'll have to see what the secrets are within Malevolence, but I think it's going to be a very strong farm spot to hit up. But all in all, I think this will be a fantastic farm spot for you to get some solid gear score expertise upgrades, as well as just get some loot in general and have a chance at some of the high-end crafting items like the weaponsmith pants and all that good stuff. Well, thanks for watching the video. We have a subscribe, like, and bell button down below. Make sure to check that one out. We also have a join button if you wish to become a member today, and a Discord in the description link, and we will catch you in the next video.